Hey fam, what's good? I hope the show well and keeping safe. Welcome back to another one. Holy, you know what? With the DXY having this shift towards the downside, that is concerning, right? First of all, that is concerning. This simply means that, you know what, if we're going to find ourselves having a further continuation move back towards the downside, looking at these lows over here, they look quite clean, right? If we're going to find ourselves having this beautiful shift towards the downside, seeking liquidity at this area over here, this simply means that, you know what, for our indices, we will see some beautiful bullish momentum. Right now, on the daily time frame, well, on the DXY in general, you know what, I just found myself stopping at my daily time frame, right? Because simply my daily time frame, this is where I'm just looking at volume, right? Where can price potentially find itself? You know what, magnituding too, right? And looking at my daily time frame, you know what, overall I want to see price basically take out these beautiful highs we have found ourselves creating right over here, right? And how I'm simply looking at price is that, you know what, price will find itself moving from one area of liquidity to the next area of liquidity, right? And looking at current PA over here, if I can maybe just zoom price in just a little bit, right, we can see that price did find itself creating a beautiful impulsive move to the upside, had a beautiful correction, impulse towards the upside, and now we can finally see that price had found itself changing market structure from this bullish market back into a bearish market. Right now you may be like, D, but why don't you find yourself including like these candles over here, these bear candles, right? Simply because I don't look at them as being a proper correction, right? I do consider this over here, however, as a proper correction, right? So if I can maybe just find myself dressing up my charts on the daily time frame on this beautiful pair called the DXY, right, then I can just simply find myself boxing out that beautiful swing high we have found ourselves creating over there, which is my buy side liquidity, right? And this beautiful swing low we have found ourselves creating over there, which is coming through as my sell side liquidity, as well as the area where we basically had that market structure shift, where we had that change in character, where we just simply changed market structure to bearish, right? And with us knowing that we are changing market structure to bearish, right, now all we need to find ourselves doing is looking at potential areas to where price can, you know what, if we have that shift to the upside, where can it potentially be back into, right? And that area, it looks like, you know what, we do have this beautiful fair value gap we have found ourselves creating over here. And how I'm looking at it is simply, you know what, just getting out that flip from that high to that low, right? Once again, fam, listen, once price is finding itself having the pullback, right, then we can only get out the flip. With me basically just showing you guys how I'm getting out the flip, right? This is just to illustrate how I will just find myself doing it on a day-to-day basis when looking at the DXY, right? So if the next candle is going to find itself coming down, I'll just adjust my flip. The next one coming down, I'll just adjust my flip whatsoever, etc, right? But as of now, we can see that price is literally chilling at this region right over here. So this simply means that, you know what, I want to see price come back into a premium area, and that premium area is basically finding itself lining up within this beautiful, you know what, fee value gap we have found ourselves creating, right? I would actually like to see price have some sort of a shift back towards the downside and just make that area, you know what, line up like perfectly inside this premium area. I would actually appreciate that right there, right? And looking at below price, we can also see that we do have what, relatively equal lows right over there, right? So this simply means that we do have liquidity resting below these lows over here. Okay, so there is a high possibility for us having that beautiful dump on this beautiful pair called the DXY, right? As there is confluence to while we can potentially find ourselves looking at, you know what, coming all the way down over here. Now, like I had mentioned, one area of liquidity to the next area, right? We can see that we do have a swing point right over here, which is coming through as my sell side liquidity, right? So with this basically being my sell side liquidity, if we're just gonna find ourselves having some sort of a tank, right, this will basically be the area where I will monitor price to have some sort of a change in market structure to look for some beautiful, beautiful long opportunities towards the upside, right? But as if now my DXY is bearish in structure, right? So all I'm finding myself doing as a trader is just simply finding myself moving with market structure. Okay, nothing complicated. So let's scale over to the Nasdaq and see what's happening on the Nasdaq, right? If I can maybe just remove all the noise just like that, and maybe just go to my weekly time frame. Okay, so on the weekly time frame, we can see that we had a beautiful shift towards the upside on this beautiful pair called the Nasdaq. That not much trading that had to be done over the course of this week, as we had Independence Day, we had early market close, we had no volume, and then you know what, we also did have NFP that had a beautiful, you know what, impact on this beautiful pair called the Nasdaq, right? But as if now with current PA, right, I can basically see that price found itself leaving this beautiful bear candle for us over here. So all I'm gonna find myself doing is literally just box out that candle just like that, right? Because all this candle is on a low time frame will be some sort of a correction, right? So if I can maybe just go on my daily time frame, right, we can see that we had a beautiful correction right over there, and there we had a beautiful shift towards the upside, right? So with me basically pointing out this area, I'm looking at this area as a potential area to where we can potentially have that shift back into for a further continuation move back towards the upside. Okay, so over the course of last week, right, over the course of last week, let me just be sure about that, right? This was Monday. I said that we need to find ourselves having a closure below. I think it was this candle right over here, right? Only if we have a closure below this area, then we have a change in market structure. We can see that we never find ourselves having a closure below. Fam, listen, when I say a closure below, right, this needs to be on the daily time frame, right? Not on the 4 hourly time frame. It needs to be on the daily time frame. Okay, so looking at my Nasdaq, we can see that we had a beautiful shift towards the upside over here, right? And all I can say is like my nearest target will basically be this down close candle. We have found ourselves creating right over here on the daily time frame, but ultimately I would like to see us come all the way back down, back into this region over here for a further continuation move back towards the upside, right? Once again, I can't find myself getting the fib out stuff yet. But you know what? Once we find ourselves having that actual pullback, I would like to see price come back into a discounted area for a further continuation move back towards the upside, or a potential further continuation move back towards the upside, right? So once again, if I can maybe just get out the fib again, if price is going to find itself moving towards the upside over the course of Monday, cool, adjust. If it's going to go up on Tuesday, cool, adjust, right? Until you see price have a change in market structure and then come back towards the downside. Okay, and then you will only find yourself looking at the discounted area. So inside this actual boxed out area which we find ourselves creating over here, we can see that we had a beautiful, you know what, Udo block right over there, BOB, and within that actual BOB we can see that price also found itself leaving us a beautiful fair value gap right over there as well, right? So this fair value gap will definitely be an area to where I will find myself having my, or to which I will find myself having my eye out on. Okay, so looking at my H4 time frame over here, what can we see? What is market structure? We can still see that we are bullish in market structure, with us basically creating this beautiful higher high right over there, low, higher low right over there as well. Right now, if we want to see the daily time frame have some sort of a pushback towards the downside, back into this region whatsoever, right, what we need to see is a change in market structure on the H4 time frame, right? Do we have a change in market structure on the H4 time frame? Basically referring to us, you know, a changing market structure from this bull market to a bear market. Can you see that we have bearish momentum just of yet? No, not at right? Not at this moment, at least, right? We don't have a change in market structure to say that, we are going to find ourselves having that shift back towards the downside. Okay, so H4 time frame need to find itself changing market structure to bearish, and I will then just find myself looking on, taking price all the way back down, back into this fee value gap we have find ourselves creating over there, right? And if we can find ourselves having, the tap inside this region over here and only show us a bullish market structure shift, right, on the H4 time frame, changing the market from bear to bull, right, then we can find ourselves looking for some beautiful long opportunities, right? But if price is just simply going to find itself remaining bearish in structure, right, we can find ourselves having a deeper pullback back in this actual BOP. We have found ourselves boxing out on our weekly time frame. But ultimately, from where current PA is, that is literally 300 plus pips towards the downside. So I would love to see, us come all the way back down. And 300 plus pips is a whole lot of playground we can find ourselves making use of. Okay, and that right there is my beautiful outlook on this beautiful pair called the Nasdaq. I hope that you all have a clear understanding of what I might mention. If you have any questions whatsoever, feel free to ask. It's me, your boy D. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. I'm out.